The federal government has secured enhanced funding commitment from the African Development Bank AfDB to operationalize the second phase of the Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zones SAPZ. Vice President Kashim Shettima said this during a bilateral meeting with AfDB's President Dr. Sidi Autar on the sidelines of the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly, UNGA, in New York. Seeking AfDB's support for Nigeria's Green Legacy initiative, Shettima points to the relationship between the economy and ecology in the Sahel region.
We urge you to further support us in the phase 2 of the Special Agro-Processing Zones Authority. You assisted us with $300 million when you were in Badea, so I want to thank you. But like Oliver Twist, we are asking for more, because we are poised to diversify our monoproduct economy into agriculture, most especially value-added agricultural exports. And we have the potentials, with all due respect, Your Excellency, in all the agroecological zones in Nigeria, from the mangrove swamp forests of the south to the Sahelian region of the far north. You can virtually grow anything. In states like Kebbi, you can plant money, and if money can grow, you can. The soil is so rich beyond having the hydrocarbon. So I want you to support us in the SAPZ, in our Green Legacy initiative, because there is an incestuous relationship between economy and ecology in the Sahel region, where you hail from. Ul means bean in our own colloquial Arabic in northern Nigeria. So we are from the same part of the world, essentially, the same terrain, the same geography, and the same challenges.
Responding, AfDB's president assures of the bank's support for Nigeria to develop its human capital.
My vision for the bank is not a lending institution. It's a catalytic institution which will mobilize resources and capital from all over the world to bring it to Africa.
Earlier, Vice President Shettima held a bilateral meeting with the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. Terence Drew, with both leaders committing to strengthening economic and cultural ties. He assures Drew that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is determined to rekindle friendship and brotherhood between both nations. Shettima recalls that President Tinubu was in St. Lucia earlier in the year as part of his broader package of reaching out to the Caribbean Africans in diaspora.
There are more Orisha worshippers. Orisha is a traditional form of Yoruba worship. There are more Orisha worshippers in Brazil than in Nigeria. There are lots of opportunities for us to harness in terms of trade, in terms of tourism, in terms of people-to-people contact. Because whatever you have, you will not deny me that right to share from your expertise and capacity.
On his part, Dr. Drew, who decried low level of trade and contact between Caribbean countries and Africa, expresses the country's readiness to work closely with the Nigerian government to boost trade on the African continent.
The trade between CARICOM and the African continent is 1%. 1%, extremely low. So the region we do less trade with is the African continent. And we want to see that formula change.